This whole story kicks off showing a group of friends. You got Fred and Loic and their girlfriends Chloe and Karine. They're heading out for some crazy hiking fun. But there's another guy, Guillaume, with them, and Loic's kind of bummed he's there. But Fred's like, don't sweat it, man. He won't mess up our vacation. Chloe's kind of stressed about Guillaume too, because 4 years ago he was totally into her, and all their friends know it. So Chloe was feeling a little weird about it, but Karine calms her down saying, don't worry, Guillaume's not going to hit on you. He just wants to hang out with us. After that, the 5 friends snap a killer selfie and take off on this epic hiking adventure. Now they're cruising in the car, taking in all the beautiful sights. But Chloe's still looking down because of Guillaume, and she's totally not having fun. As soon as they get a ways out of the city, they pull over and start walking the rest of the way. They were going to hike to the top of a mountain, and they figured they'd be back by nightfall. Further up the trail, Guillaume starts chatting with Chloe. So Chloe asks him, why'd you even come here? Guillaume tells her, I'm just here to put the past behind us and be your friend. But Chloe doesn't say nothing back. After they hike a bit further, they find a place where the path's blocked. But Fred starts climbing up the mountain and says, I'm gonna climb up and see what the trail looks like up there. All his friends were telling him not to, but Fred started climbing the mountain all by himself. He finally makes it to the top somehow and says, the path clear ahead, we can go this way. And he tosses a rope down for them too. After that, they all start climbing up one by one, holding onto the rope. After a super rough climb, they all make it to the other side of the slope. From there, they find a path to keep going so they can hike along the mountain trail. Then they start moving along a mountain path. It was a super skinny path, and there were steel cables all over the place. So they started moving slowly, clipping their hooks onto the cables. They were totally loving it, because that's exactly the kind of hiking they came for. But their friend Loic was getting jumpy, so his girlfriend, Chloe, sweetly tells him, you don't need to be scared. I'm right here with you. After moving a ways further like this, they spot this sketchy-looking hanging bridge that goes from one slope to the other. Fred, who was out in front, tells the others that this is the only way to get to the flip side. And this bridge is where we're going to have the most fun hiking. So we got to hook up carefully and cross one by one, because this bridge might not hold all of us. After that, Fred goes first and somehow crosses the bridge to the other side. Then they all start crossing the bridge one by one, and Loic and Karine are the only ones left behind. But Loic starts losing it here, because he's got this major fear of heights. That's why he couldn't take another step. Then his girlfriend Chloe comes up to him and tells him, we're with you, dude. You don't need to be scared. After that, he finally makes it to the rock face, scared out of his mind somehow. Now everyone was on the rock, and only Karine was left, still in the middle of the bridge. Just then, the others see that the bridge's cables are coming loose slowly, so they tell Karine, hurry up, the bridge is about to snap. Karine gets freaked out and starts moving fast, but before you know it, all the screws pop out of the bridge and it totally falls down. But Karine hangs onto the cable with her hook. Everyone totally panics, wondering what the heck's gonna happen now, and Karine's super terrified too. She tries to move forward, but she's frozen. After that, Fred throws a rope toward her to help her out, and Karine snags the rope too. Then they all start pulling her toward them. And just as Fred grabs her hand, the rest of the bridge cables snap and fall all the way down. But Karine's life is saved, and she starts bawling because she's so scared, but her boyfriend comforts her. After this, Fred whips out the map and checks it out. He finds out that this was the only way to get back from this spot. Now there's no way to go but forward from here. Hearing this, Loic gets all heated up at Fred, saying that he got them all trapped here. But Fred says, look, don't worry, maybe we'll find another way later on. So we gotta keep moving and bail out of here before the sun goes down. After this, the 5 of them start moving forward again and start moving along a slope using the cables. But when they get to one spot, they find out that there are no cables ahead, which means they can't move forward without cables now, and they couldn't see any other way to bail out of here. So Fred and Karine say that they gotta climb up the slope and check it out. Maybe there's another way up there. Then we'll use a rope to pull the other 3 up. After that, Karine and Fred start scrambling up the slope somehow. Now only 3 people are left here. But Loic starts getting super scared because of the height thing. He's also latched onto the cable with a safety hook just like them. But he starts shaking because of the height and says, my hand's getting tired. I'm about to let go of this cable. So his girlfriend tells him, you're not gonna fall. That hook's got you safe. Relax your grip and don't tense up your body. But Loic can't hear his girlfriend in that moment, and cause he's shaken so bad, his foot slips, and he ends up hanging onto the cable with his hook. And cause all his weight's pulling on the cable, Guillaume ends up dangling like him too. Loic starts screaming super loud cause he's scared and starts thrashing around. Guillaume tells him, "Don't move so much or we're all gonna fall to our deaths." On the other side, we see Fred and Karine, who were scouting for a path in the forest after moving forward up the slope. Fred gets worried and says, "Maybe there's no other path." Just then, a trap snags his leg, and he starts screaming bloody murder. Blood starts pouring out of his leg because of the trap. Karine sees this and tries hard to spring the trap, but she can't open it, and Fred's crying out in pain. After this, Fred says, "I can't handle this pain anymore. Go get the rope and bring them up first. I'll stay here." Karine also books it to the slope and tosses the rope down from the top. Then she somehow pulls all three of them up with the rope. Then she tells everyone that Fred's stuck in some kind of trap. "We gotta get down there fast and get him out." We see Fred, who's wailing in pain. Just then we're shown that there was a chain tied to that trap too, which someone starts tugging slowly. Before Fred can figure out what the heck's happening, someone drags him away from there. Just then, the others get to the spot where Fred was lying hurt, but Fred's not there now, which totally blows everyone's mind, and they start looking all around. Karine says, "I left him right here. Where could he have gone?" Then they find the trap in the bushes where Fred's leg was caught. Everyone gets all tense seeing this, but Loic starts screaming that they're all stuck here because of Fred. If he hadn't been so stubborn about coming here, we wouldn't be in this mess. Karine starts laying into him too, saying, "You're already a headache for us. Quit making things worse." Chloe says, "Hating on each other ain't gonna help us. It'll be night soon, and all our stuff's in Fred's pack, so we're not going anywhere till we find him." After that, they all start pushing deeper into the forest looking for Fred, but they can't find him anywhere, and he's not answering either. Now Guillaume starts running his mouth at Loic about something as they're walking, which sets Loic off too, and the two of them start throwing punches. Chloe sees this and moves to stop their fight when she suddenly drops into a hole. Seeing this, they start screaming, "Chloe, where are you?" But she doesn't answer, and the hole was super deep and dark. After that, Karine slowly ropes down the hole. There were all kinds of sharp, pointy things down there, like somebody had rigged a trap. Just then, she spots Chloe, who was sitting in the dark, crying because a pointy thing had gone straight through her hand when she fell, and she couldn't even budge from the pain. After this, Karine somehow yanks her hand out of that pointy thing and pulls her out. Now everyone was wigging out over who set this trap. Someone's definitely lurking and watching us. On the other side, we're shown Fred, who's being dragged away by someone while he's hurt, but we're still not shown who the heck it is. Then we see it's night, and they're navigating the forest in the dark with flashlights. They were looking for Fred, getting drenched in the rain. But Karine gives up and suddenly starts crying because they still haven't found Fred, and they don't have squat for camping gear, just a rope. But Chloe and the other friends try to chill Karine out, saying, "Don't worry, we got your back. We're not going anywhere till Fred shows up." After that, they move forward in the dark, tying themselves together with the rope so they can all stick together. And they start moving forward, hollering for Fred. But a little ways further, an arrow suddenly nails Karine in the chest, and someone had sliced the rope too. She screams because of the pain. Chloe turns around and sees her, but before she can do anything, someone starts dragging Karine away. Chloe starts screaming seeing this, and everyone starts chasing Karine. But someone drags Karine away and vanishes into the darkness, which makes Chloe cry her eyes out, but her friends calm her down. In the next scene, we see that the three of them are huddled under a bush because of the rain, and now they can't go anywhere because it might be traps all over the place. But Loic says that they gotta find a safe spot or else they could freeze to death. After this, the three of them start moving forward in the dark, and after walking a bit, they spot a house deep in this forest. They wonder who could be living in this house, and they were scared to set foot inside. But they had to go in, even though they didn't wanna, because it's way too cold outside. After that, they walk in super carefully, and as soon as they go in, they see that Fred's been laid out without any clothes on. When they get close to him, Fred suddenly wakes up and tries to say something, but he croaks just moments later from the pain. Everyone gets super bummed seeing their friend die like that, and Chloe cries and hugs Guillaume, which makes Loic kinda jealous. After this, everyone's about to peace out when Guillaume says that they gotta find Fred's pack. All the important gear's in there, but Loic says no, saying there's danger inside. So Guillaume goes alone to the basement of that room and starts looking for the bag, but he sees that a bunch of nasty dead animals are hanging there, which freaks him out a little. But after looking for a long time, he finds the bag. But after picking up the bag, he sees that there are a bunch of human heads hanging there too, which makes him realize that someone's killing people here. Then when he comes upstairs with the bag, Loic comes and snatches the bag from him, and he kicks him, throwing him into the basement and locks the door. After this, Loic comes outside and starts dragging Chloe to leave. Just then, a vicious guy shows up in front of them and kicks both of them down. Then he tosses Kareen's body onto Chloe and starts beating up Loic, and he starts beating him up real bad. Chloe sees this and somehow gets up and jumps on the guy to save Loic. But that psycho guy grabs Chloe too and starts hitting her. But Loic runs and bails out of that house, scared stiff, instead of saving his girlfriend. After that, the guy beats Chloe until she's out cold. Now the next scene shows that the vicious guy ties up Chloe and Guillaume in the basement, and the two of them are trying to untie themselves. But they could tell that the vicious guy was taking Kareen and Fred's bodies one by one upstairs to chop them up, which made them super scared, and they were trying hard to break free. Guillaume says, "Don't be scared, I'll save you." Just then, that psycho comes down to the basement and first beats Guillaume up bad. After that, he grabs Chloe and takes her upstairs and ties her up there, and he slowly comes toward her with a knife to kill her. On the other side, Guillaume finally unties the rope after trying hard and tries to get out, but the basement door is locked. But he sees that the psycho is about to kill Chloe with a knife. Just then, Loic shows up and hits that psycho with a rock, which pisses him off, and he grabs a weapon and starts chasing Loic, and Chloe somehow manages to untie herself from this chance. And then she opens the basement door and lets Guillaume out. They barely escape death, so they hug each other. After this, Guillaume says, "We gotta get out of here fast. That psycho could come back." Chloe sees Kareen's corpse here, and they both cry hard seeing their friends die like this. But they have no choice but to run away from here. Then Guillaume gives Chloe a knife for safety, and Chloe says that they gotta save Loic before they bail out of this forest. Then we see a morning scene where Loic is still running for his life because that psycho is still after him. Guillaume and Chloe were also looking for Loic, but that psycho now loads an arrow into his weapon and starts shooting at Loic. And an arrow hits Loic in the leg, which makes him writhe in pain. But he still doesn't stop running and ends up near a slope. Just then, that psycho shows up there too and starts beating him up. Loic also tries to fight him, and in the struggle, Loic pulls the arrow out of his leg and sticks it in the psycho's leg and makes him suffer a lot. Then he grabs a rock and starts hitting him in the face with it, and somehow escaping him, he hangs onto a ladder on the slope. The psycho runs away seeing this because his friends were about to show up here. After this, Chloe and Guillaume get there, and Guillaume reaches out his hand to pull Loic up, but Guillaume decides to get his revenge here because he's his ex's boyfriend, and Loic tried to kill him in the basement too. That's why Guillaume slowly starts letting go of his hand and acts like his hand is slipping. And finally, he lets go of Loic's hand and throws him down to his death. Chloe totally loses it seeing this, but Guillaume acts like he's trying to calm her down. Just then, an arrow comes from behind and hits Guillaume in the head, and he dies right there. Chloe goes crazy for revenge seeing this and angrily pulls out her knife and moves to kill that psycho, and she starts attacking him with the knife. But that psycho was super dangerous. He hits her a lot too, and a fierce fight breaks out between the two of them. But during this, Chloe stabs him in the neck with the knife, which makes him writhe in pain. After that, she leaves him there to suffer and gets out of there. Then at the end of the story, we see that Chloe gets to the other side of the slope using a cable that was attached there. And as she's leaving, we see Chloe crying because she's the only one who survived out of their whole crew. So this story shows a dangerous and adventurous trip. This is just a fictional story that makes us wonder about something. When we go on a dangerous adventure, is our safety really guaranteed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you really enjoyed this story. And if you're new to our channel, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back soon with a new video. Thank you for watching.